Show's cancelled, they're right in front of me, sorry.
So, what's happened this week?
What has happened this week?
I'm not sure. I've not really been paying that much attention.
And again, I'm going to stress how difficult it is to actually find positive stuff in today's climate, in today's world. This is not a very positive place to live in.
It's a horrible experience.
So if you're actually surviving and getting by in life and you're loving yourself, kudos to you. I respect you to the highest.
I respect.
Aye. Aye. But we're going to just go straight into it because I'm extremely rough and hungover.
Will I start? Will you start?
Age before beauty. Who would go first then? I'm just going to just straight off the bat, I'm going to be running at about 15% brain capacity, so...
I'm less, mate. I'm on less.
Right. So this is going to be the pretty incoherent news.
Yes.
Alternative news.
The slightly incoherent alternative news.
A forest the size of France has regrown. They've finally got to the area that was took down during forest day. It took 20 years to regrow a forest that took months to cut down.
That's quite beautiful, that.
And it can hold 5.9 billion tonnes of carbon dioxide. So there's millions of meter trees cutting about the size of France. I don't know where it is, but I thought it was actually pretty positive and uplifting.
I'd say that is quite...
At least, but it's good that humans are fixing their wrongs. As I say, it was something that.
And who doesn't love getting a bit of wood? I had that Kingston just come out of my chat saying, "Hello, Mr. CSI Miami," and you know how he always at the end of every episode he makes a pun.
I didn't.
He makes a pun and he goes,
"Did you take your glasses off?" Aye. Bastard, I missed it.
And they go, "Well, that's just the way it is." Yeah!
I don't even know how these mics are doing, man. They're just beeping people. Ask him how the sound quality is.
How's the sound quality on this side, Kingston? Is everything alright? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it not quite there yet?
We just want complete honesty for you.
Kingston gives nothing but complete honesty.
I like that. What does 122 stand for? Don't answer that, Kingston. It's a rhetorical question. I already know the answer.
Now, on the darker side of things...
Oh, for fuck's sake, already, mate. No, I'm getting in another positive thing now. Wait.
Sound quality is fine, but far from perfect, right?
Alright.
That's alright. That's about that.
But far from perfect. It's fine, but far from perfect. I like his analyse the way he did it.
Aye.
Tesco has banned plastic rings on their beer cans.
Right, so what else do they got to use?
Who gives a fuck? We spoke about it last week.
Aye.
We literally spoke about it in existence. It's an amazing thing.
It's an amazing
I don't know
thing.
what they're going to use, but I'm happy because think about how many turtles are not going to be wrapped up in that thing.
That's a good point. Humans might be fixing their wrongs, but so many wrongs are made, the fixing won't hold.
That's facts.
Kingston knows shit, mate. I'm telling you. You know shit, Kingston.
But you still can't, like, you need to applaud people for trying, do you know?
Aye.
Give them some praise.
So, a UN envoy has warned of a full-scale war between Israel and Palestine as the death toll rises in Gaza.
It's popping off, man. It's been at war for years, but on it, it's been in war for...
Sorry. Kingston starts Joe Rogan.
Is that... News just in. Joe Rogan's son's in our thing.
Right. So absolutely, it's happening. I think it has got to keep happening because, as I see,
there is some.
I put something else down.
What's his name?
Israeli airstrikes flattened. Israel's war starts dying.
Right.
But Israeli airstrikes flattened Gaza offices of major news organisations as well. That was on Thursday, I believe. Now, the envoy warned that on Tuesday, and that happened on Thursday. And now there was something else saying that if, I don't even know, man, I've not been paying that much attention, but shit seems to be getting heated out there.
Oh, it's favourite. You see it on the thumbnails. I don't really dive too much into it because it's war on it.
Aye.
It's like...
Make love, not war.
Uh-huh.
But nobody ever makes love and not war.
And I think there's only so much that you can actually look at before you think this is just some fucking fucked up world we live in.
It is some fucked up world. I told you, minimum capacity going here. I saw the film being of a missile hitting a missile to stop a missile from hitting someone.
Aye, that's the defence mechanism.
Aye.
The dome, have you not seen it? It's very fascinating.
It is.
The counter launch shit to stop shit for hitting them.
It's crazy. It's just...
Anything to protect lives, but it's mad in it that they're using what's coming to kill them to protect them, theoretically.
It's
a crazy...
It's mental. It is mental.
I would just want it to stop, man. I just want peace, love and happiness in the full world. I don't see why we need to go to war. If it's a reason, if something gives you a reason to want to kill somebody else, like, is it really worth it?
No, of course.
Apart from like defending somebody, or like maybe if they'd done something to, but like I don't know, it's just people complicate life when it could be so much simpler. That's what I say, Jim.
And do you know what? I firmly believe that's why aliens haven't made contact.
Mate, no, the aliens are here. They're now living amongst us.
Haven't made public contact.
Mate, I'm a fucking alien. I'm an alien. I'm no human. I'm coming out right now and saying it. I'm a hybrid. I'm an alien, mate. I'm an alien. I'm saying it. But in other news.
Right, in other news.
Boris Johnson. We're going to keep mentioning him.
Big Bojo.
Right, he's came under fire again. So he has, for no stopping banning the travel to India fast enough and allowing several people, hundreds of thousands, I think, no, was it not just thousand, through. And plus, at New Year, he took a holiday break, so he did, to the Caribbeans or something, during lockdown.
Yes, absolutely disgustingly.
Right, and but he said it was a fully paid gift. But the actual guy that he accused, or said bought him it, came out, he owns Carphone Warehouse, came out and says, nah, I just put him in touch with the people that sell the holidays and shit.
So he basically linked him to his travel agent.
Right. So and then Boris paid for it. So the Prime Minister, during lockdown, when everybody else couldn't go and see their families, took his full family to Barbados. Or the Caribbean or somewhere like
that. So as the same context as the last two podcasts, the British government is fucked. The Greatest Canuck says part of the reason I dislike people, I'd rather be as far away from others as that's and thingy to war. It's shocking. It is. In an ideal world, we could all just live miles away from each other, and that's it.
That's one of the ways that they fucked us up, but by building these mega cities.
Yes.
Because when we were all out, they were in our wee groups.
Each other,
they can't program us, they can't farm us, they can't...
Sorry, I had to do my Tom Jones.
So Boris is a dickhead.
Right, Boris is an absolute wanker. On nicer news, but...
Oh, positivity. Love it. Love it.
Glasgow Southside residents, they created a mass gathering to stop an immigration raid from happening, and stood around the station wagon to stop. We here in Canada, the same thought. See, I don't know much about the. I'm getting distracted. I'll reply to that in a second. Sorry, Canuck.
The station wagon.
We're standing around the station wagon, right?
No. I'm sorry for being so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
We were standing around the station wagon for hours, and there was even a guy underneath it, stopping them from moving.
They brought out drums and a wee guitar and they sang, these are my neighbours.
These are our neighbours. And I think that's absolutely amazing.
I liked it. I like it. It showed togetherness, right? And it showed, but it also showed, it was like, I like that the community sort of thing. Everybody out, helping everybody. It was people all colours and races and everything like that. So it was nice seeing that unity. But I liked that. But I was just thinking, what are the coppers doing?
Aye, what?
The coppers could just out of like they can just push people out of the way.
Aye,
I like it. I like the fact that the police on them maybe is
as we were joking about earlier on the week.
What happened
it
in
was
London when all the women were cutting about?
Exactly.
They got smashed.
Exactly. It's like genuinely like the police were just sat going, it's not your department.
Right. I can't push anybody out the way.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Did it work? Did the family get out?
Yes, they did, and as far as I believe, they're now living safely on the south side again.
Ah,
Because the crowd escorted the family to a mosque, a nearby mosque, and to make sure that it would actually work, to make sure that they weren't just going to bang them straight back up. But as Canuck said there, I don't know much about the Canadian like the Canadian political leaders, but I think that's just government and in general is just a farce.
Aye.
It's it's a deep thing that you need to get into. But aye, the immigration, the amazing scenes in Glasgow South Side, amazing scenes.
It's heartwarming.
It's very heartwarming.
Right.
Do you want to?
Aye, Prince Andrew.
Oh,
The big
here we
dirty
go.
pedo bastard. Oh,
Sweaty-
sorry, I didn't even mean that.
The sweaty boy.
Right. Has been removed as a Patreon for 50 organisations.
There you go.
That's some positive things because, like, he shouldn't have anything associated with him until he's brought to justice.
Dirty, big. He's just a
Big inbreed bastard.
Aye.
I'm fucking sick of this world.
I can't.
honestly.
Do you know the one thing I'll say about the Prince Andrew stuff is the original interview he did, I think it was with Sky, was fucking hilarious. Watching him just sit and just freak the fuck out, because she was asked about how the lassie said that he was sweating a lot, and he said his reaction to that was, at the time, I didn't sweat due to an overdose of adrenaline in the Falkland War. While he was sitting sweating, you could see the sweat running down his forehead, and his reaction was, "Oh no, I could not have been sweating at that time."
Because of the Falklands.
Apparently because of the Falklands, aye. The
That
Falklands,
just shows you what war does to people, innit? I mean.
aye, turns them into beasts.
Or it just fucks up their mind. Makes them inhuman. And then they're able to commit these audacities.
Absolutely disgusting.
But the third variant of the vaccination got ran out in the UK
Nice.
this week. Moderna or something like that. I don't know. It's been ran out in certain parts of Europe and America and stuff like that. So that's us got 3 different types of vaccine to fight the same virus. No.
Which is
If they all do the same job, then
good on it.
fair
Exactly.
play to them.
Kingsley just says, man's mouth is like my ass, spews shit. It's facts talking about Prince Andrew.
As they talk about you.
Could be talking about me as well, but I believe that is in thingy with Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, he does, he talks so much shit.
I'm so dehydrated right now, man. I swear to God.
A 17-year-old girl was found in a boat after drifting for 22 days at sea.
What?
Yep. 17-year-old lassie was found, and she was alive when she was found.
I assumed that. I just knew you were just that.
In the Ivory Coast.
She survived floating out in a boat
for 22 days.
For 22 days, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, aye.
What did she eat? How big was the raft? How big was
It was
this?
just I think it was just a wee like rowing boat.
And she survived out in the sea?
The Ivory Coast, aye.
That is crazy, man. You imagine at night? Our boat must have got attacked a couple of times.
Oh,
That is...
That is just, it shows how determined humans are
I was
to...
going to say that, the defiance to die, you know? The need for survival when they kick that in, it's like second to none.
And the fact that they found her is
That's
just...
even more breathtaking, isn't it? That's a really nice, positive, uplifting
It is.
story. I feel good about instantly after hearing that.
And to add on to that, a cat jumped.
I seen that.
Jumped 5 stories
Did
to
you see
safety.
Did you see it?
For a burning.
Go and go. This is
But,
probably. Huh?
For a burning building.
Aye, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Did you hear that outside? No.
No.
I had. What?
Believable if she ate and drunk something, but see the sun will get you where you're gonna hit. Exactly.
That's what I thought about.
Exactly. The fact that she survived is crazy. But this cat jumped 5 stories and was absolutely fucking fine.
It jumps to man and its tail is going like.
And it lands
bounces.
It lands on its back feet and
bounces right up in the air, man. It's insane.
An amazing fucking sign.
Just goes to show cats are aliens.
Oh, aye, cats are just.
There's something about them. The Egyptians didn't build big sphinxes in them.
I reckon cats are devolved. They have been devolved by humans.
Right.
I reckon cats used to be a lot more and used to have a bigger
purpose.
Yes.
Maybe this was their planet.
Might have been Planet of the Cats.
I don't know. I don't trust them, but
nah, you can't trust a cat. You can't trust a cat. Cats built the pyramids. They could have. They very well could have. But opposable thumbs.
Maybe they have got them just stashed somewhere and they just don't tell us.
It's true. There's a lot cats don't tell us.
Oh, I've got this one is honestly straight out a movie script. I couldn't believe it when I was actually researching it. This is the CIA are investigating China, right? Because it's like in its hundreds of their agents that work in China are getting mysterious illnesses, right? And it's like nausea, headaches, blood vision. So it's happened to like, I think the number was close to 300 or 200.
Is that not the symptoms of radiation?
That's what they were shooting them with, a radiation gun. They think they've been using gamma, like a radiation gun, to shoot these CIA investigators, spies and stuff like that are in China. So I don't know if the CIA are like disclosing how many agents they've got in China, and China's found out that there might be more there, so they're like, oh, here, man, gamma ray.
Possibly, aye.
But it's leading to like some long-term effects on the people.
As radiation poisoning would.
Aye. Some people it lasts for a lot longer and stuff like that. So there's an investigation going on, and the China government are basically like red flagging it and making it as hard as possible for them. So that's boiling under the water.
Telling you, the world's fucking cracking at the seams.
It is, man. We're going to just make it even worse with telling everybody about it.
Exactly.
Peace, love and happiness.
Another something that is very, very heartwarming. Should have had some anti-radiation artifacts on them. Can you get anti-radiation artifacts? Is that something that's a thing? But Kobe Bryant was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame on I think it was Friday.
Aye, it was.
Wait,
Kobe. R.I.P. Black Mamba mentality. He's a sporting legend.
It took too long, in my opinion.
He should have just came straight away. They should have changed the logo to him.
Yes.
Played his full 20 career for the Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a big Kobe fan. I'm a basketball fan as well. I couldn't really watch. I'm getting inducted because it was just a bit upsetting because his wife broke down and Michael Jordan was there, who obviously was Kobe Bryant emulated and wanted to be like, so it was, and Jordan always looked at him like that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like a brother, like a wee brother, or like a son figure. So it's nice that he's in there. It's very good, and it's the very least they could do to honour the man. And I hope his legacy continues. Because away from basketball, he done a lot of pretty cool things.
Yes, he did. He was a really
He had 4 lasses, so he was literally just promoting women's equality and stuff like that. So it's a very sad thing.
Kingston says he likes your finger bone tattoo.
How can you see it? Where's your camera there? Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I can't believe I just done that. What's wrong with me?
A Chinese talking about the Chinese. Their first rover has landed on Mars, so there's now a Chinese rover in Mars as well.
As well as our rover.
Yes, it's an American rover, but
I wonder how much shit's on Mars that we don't know about. Do you know what I mean?
So much, so much. I mean, do you really think they've got to release every single thing that they find to the public?
Nah, nothing. I'd probably say it's like 5% they let out to the public.
Oh, aye, of course.
Condenser brains are easy to control.
But they seem to be getting closer and closer to what's the word?
I don't know.
What's the word? Making it a livable habit. Terraforming. They seem to be getting closer and closer to terraforming Mars. There's even plans on how they're going to make how they can build a civilization using drones.
I see. I was watching videos on that for a week, but I was like, they reckon in like 20 years they're going to have people living there.
It is possible. Maybe not many people, but at least a handful, definitely. And not just on an expedition. It could be people genuinely moving to Mars in their lifetime. But they have a 20-year limit because by then we'll have a serious material crisis. Is that right? So they're kind of rushing it now. Fair enough. But it's not as if any others have got to be able to move to Mars or anything like that because that's just the way of the world. But it'll be a cool thing to see.
It certainly is. I look forward to seeing it.
Weekend holiday up in Mars.
I would sign up to go and live in a moon.
Oh, 100%. I'd miss Earth, but
I'd make a stipulation, but that nobody else came with me. I could just sit down looking at Earth and thinking, you fucking piece of shit.
bams. We're going to run out of oil in like 5 year time, 100% water, or wood will eventually follow in our steps. Aye, of course. But that's why they're trying to find renewable sources, isn't it, other than oil, because the oil is rapidly depleting. I mean, Scotland is one of the most oil rich countries in the world, I'm sure, is it not? Like with
there is no bad out of the waters, isn't there?
So when we go independent, it's just fuck a lot of use.
For the record, we're never going to get independence.
Well,
They'll
no.
never let us free.
No.
The unicorn will remain shackled forever.
Good luck with that in under 5 years. Aye, I know.
Forbes released the wealthiest people in the world list, and I'm not bringing it because it's positive. I want to know what the richest man in the world is worth 128 billion.
Was that Elon?
No, he's second.
He was first a couple of weeks ago.
Nah, he's second now, mate. Tesla, that's because it goes on to that. It says that the richest dude is a guy with the Amazon.
Jeff Bezos.
Aye, him.
But he's. I've got to double check that because I'm sure he was overtook by Elon.
Aye, because Elon Musk has had 705% increase in Tesla. Net worth 188 billion.
Right, so
look,
Bezos just sold Amazon, didn't he? That's what it is. Elon. So basically, how it happened was Elon overtook Bezos.
So Bezos sold Amazon.
Aye, Bezos was like, "Fuck you, man! I'm the best. I'm the best." Aye, like it's exactly what it. The guy can give $10 to every person in the world and still have 50 billion left there.
That's what I'm talking about. So why have that much money? It's just greed.
It is just greed. It is. It's just
spread it around, cure a bit of poverty here and there.
There's so much good you could do there's so much good you can do.
I think I don't think there's like it's odd, like the top 10's all just white dudes in it, I'm sure.
I think so. Aye.
That's a coincidence.
Have you got anything else?
I've got hunters, mate.
He's got. I've only got like 2 more items left, so it's.
Oh no, I've not got hunters then. Sorry, I lied. This is a bit. This saddened me a bit, but right, a record number of lawsuits right in the UK was dropped last year
Because of the pandemic.
No, because the victims backing out. Okay. Because they don't feel safe or protected. 44% of the 1 million trials, over 1 million trials that got lost, got through at a court or didn't go to trial, because the witness backed it, or the victim backed it. 44% of it was rape victims. So that's like nearly, 500,000 people, just say? Oh, well, 400,000 people that have been raped during that year. That the perpetrator will not face any punishment because they've been too scared to go forward. What sort of society are we living in where people are scared if they've been raped to go to the fucking police about it?
Exactly.
What? That fucks me up.
It's shocking.
Does that not show that the whole criminal structure, that's what I'm going for.
Uh-huh.
Aye, is flawed.
Oh, of course.
And because obviously there's a lot of backlash, it's faced a lot of backlash because it's like witness protection and that, you're not protecting people, you're not giving people the confidence to come forward.
Aye, exactly.
And let's be honest, like, the majority of them are going to be, well, I don't know how many did get raped. I don't know why accents just give it that, man, I'm sorry.
It is a good number.
But I'm saying,
It is a good number.
that's like 400,000 people, do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh, and it's crazy. Is that worldwide?
No, that's just in the UK.
400,000 people
That's
in
just
the
in the UK, mate. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't believe this. A million cases last year did not go to trial because of the victim pulling out and saying, dropping the charges and saying, no, I don't want anything to happen. So they've either been got to and threatened away for it and then been forced to do it, or they've not been given enough support for the pose, and then they're back to it. I couldn't. I'm like,
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
so like, if something happens to you, then like you can't even like. Do you know what I mean?
Kingston's asking our opinion on the invasion of paedophiles on YouTube, which is a good point that I need to read more into.
I've not really.
I know of it.
Me hearing about this just now is the first I've heard it.
Seriously, well, basically a lot of YouTube creators and like content creators in general, it's been coming out that they've been using their power to groom young lasses, which has been happening here and there through the years, but there's just been a sudden rise recently.
Yeah, because obviously lockdown and people getting put in and stuff.
Yes.
TikTok's obviously had the same thing on it.
But YouTube seems to be the worst for it recently. And as I said, I need to read more into it. But obviously completely condemn it, obviously,
Right.
of course. That's
You find
my
the
opinion.
people, you
It's
should-
disgusting.
You think you should burn them
Yes, exactly.
in the big bad fire?
Like, that's probably showing a bit of age here. The biggest one I remember is was it Sandpaper. That is a big, I heard the Sandpaper thingy. That was the last big one that I properly read into.
Was Sandpaper a YouTuber?
Yes, he was a YouTuber, a prank YouTuber, and it is.
But as was just brought up in the last one, to get for these people to face like any form of punishment, it's almost like a fucking $1,000,000 shot. It's like you need to go through. Do you know what I mean?
Well, see, with YouTubers, it's a weird one because a lot of the YouTubers actually do get prosecuted for it, for the simple fact there's so much proof of it, and it's for some reason a lot easier for the authorities to believe that content creators on you. Oh, Jake Paul was accused of sexual assault twice. James Charles was exposed and confirmed itself that he was talking to underage boys. EDP445 was recently been confronted IRL in front of underage girl's house with intentions of shagging her. There's plenty more. Aye, exactly.
Surely these people must get banned.
No, they do. And they try and make these videos where they're sitting greeting to the camera and.
Right, but see again, I think the environment that we're in, you've got people trying to grow up too fast.
Right.
Trying to do it, and then you've got numpties with power.
The way it seems is YouTubers are looking at it as if, oh, these big celebrities are getting away with it, so should I. And sorry to say it is, but no, it's not going to happen. There's already people trying to stop the big celebrities doing it. So when somebody that's a big massive celebrity and just YouTube fame does it, of course they're going to treat it just like a normal person's case.
Right, obviously.
Of course.
Staying on the theme, Kevin Spacey, we all know his films and everything, the allegation came out against him that he'd meant to have sexually assaulted a teenage boy in the 80s.
Aye.
Is now being dismissed.
Dismissed?
Yes, so he's not even got a trial anymore. The reason for this is lack of evidence. So how is it took them nearly 2 years to come up with that there's a lack of evidence?
Exactly, it's as if things have been
blown out, like they just waited until it died down, the smoke died down, and all of a sudden, don't charge him.
Mini Lads, aye, I remember the thing with Mini Lad, aye, of course. That was my dad in the chat. How's it going, Dad?
That then.
No.
Next. I've got another one actually.
You got another one?
Aye man, see Bill Gates obviously was getting divorced, we mentioned that.
Aye.
Right, his wife, there's been documents leaked for a divorce company, and it was 2 years prior to like him passing, right?
Yes.
No, him passing, him passing for the divorce. So it's back in 2019, and the document it got leaked, and she says, "I went away from him because he's getting too close to Epstein."
Ah.
So like that fueled. Who's the lassie with a ponytail? Michelle, mate. Don't be jealous because you can't grow your hair, George. Don't be jealous. Don't be salty.
A divorce company start one of those in America and get rich. How to get rich quick tutorial. It's facts. It's facts. But aye.
How long have we been gone for?
We've been gone for how long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes so far. That's not bad. Not bad. We're doing alright. How long? So basically, Bill Gates' wife was no happy with him getting close to Epstein.
Aye.
And
There's meant to be certain certain details that has been held back for the public's eye. How detailed she was being, because it might, what's his name? You know what I mean? Because it's the most expensive divorce in history.
Aye.
So it is. So like she obviously knew that.
Well, all the rich and powerful cunts were in with Epstein at one point or another. That's just.
Aye.
But at the end of to bring all that Epstein shite back up, he wasn't. I don't believe he was the chain leader. Definitely no, because if he was, he wouldn't have been topped in jail.
Nope. That's on top of it. He was just like, he just worked his way up. He was just a pet to the people that run the world.
The people that they control
Who's
that
above them,
are still above. Exactly, they're still in the shadows hiding, which could be.
Never know.
No, we will know, and it's never going to stop, unfortunately. It's just.
I've just read one of my interesting facts actually, and it's sorry. I'm so unprofessional this stream.
Agreed, they're all pedo bastards. Agreed that.
Aye. Yeah, they should all die.
Aye, exactly, burn
Them big bag
aye.
fire.
Stick them on aye.
Right,
fuck hanging, just stick them on a stake, burn them at the stake.
But have you got anything else now? Have you got nothing? Is that you it?
No, I've still got a few wee things. I'm saving one especially for last. I've got the whole fiasco that happened in the city centre yesterday.
Have you got? Is this the last one?
No.
Right,
I've got
so
one more after this.
I think the pictures speak for themselves, man.
Aye, that's just all I wanted to say is as. Aye, that's a stab fuck at them pedos. Aye. I don't get the sexual desire for children, and especially don't get why there's so fucking many of them. I think they see it as
satanic, mate.
It's satanic, and
trust me, it's to do with the spirit world, mate. See, if you don't believe in the spirit world and like that shit, then you won't understand why they're doing it.
Of course, and the fact that it's
you're
when
taking
you're that
the
high up,
innocence to something.
They see it as what's the word?
It's empowerment, isn't it, mate?
Aye, they see it as like popular. They see it as a I can't think of the word. It's not working. Stick needles in their eyes. Aye, 100%.
Is your dad still going?
Aye.
Stick needles in their eyes.
You should, but.
Rub their genitals off with a cheese grater.
Yeah, that's a plan.
That's a belter, mate.
No. All I want to say about the trouble in the city centre yesterday is I completely condemn it. 100% condemn it.
Did you see an Xbox notification?
I heard a notification, notification. Aye, it came through the kitchen.
No, my Xbox is just switched on. Who's touched that?
An update.
Nobody's touched it. Does it? Some people, there's a ghost here, turns on my Xbox every now and again.
You're away to work now, where he's that? Enjoy your shift.
Right.
Just throw him a pit and make him 1v1 till last is alive. And the last one gets life in prison.
Aye.
Talking about the spirit world. What about the spirit world? I completely condemn it. Give some of your interesting facts. Mick facts.
Would we'll get into the spirit world at a different time, a later stage. You can get a spirit guide, but you can go and meet them when you meditate. I wouldn't recommend you do it to most people.
Oh, I talk about the spirit world and the demons just turn your Xbox on to play some Red Dead.
Exactly. That's on top of it.
DMT.
As soon as I mentioned the spirit world,
DMT takes
the
you to it.
fucking the Xbox gets turned on.
Sorry, I read something about there's people that are trying to map out the DMT realm. Now, I don't know if you've ever experimented with DMT. I've only dabbled, very very slightly dabbled, like microdosed almost, and I seen Tutankhamun, which is weird as fuck, and he was my when growing up in primary when I learned about Egyptians, Tutankhamun was always my favourite pharaoh, and I hadn't thought about it for years and years and years until I touched this DMT, and I remember I sat back on the couch and I shut my eyes and I just, like, clear as fucking day, picture of Tutankhamun was stunning. But there's people that are trying to map out the DMT realm, the place that you go on DMT.
I imagine that would just involve getting out your nut in DMT and coming back and chat. I don't. Do you know what I mean?
No, they do it while on it. They do it while on it.
Right, document it. Right.
Because there's not multiple people, like, not just mad people.
No, scientists.
Actual scientists. There is a realm that you get took to when you go into when you try DMT, and there is a different realm of existence you go into. It is you go into it's like it unlocks a thing in your brain. It's not like acid where it's genuinely just a party drug. It's not like mushrooms. It's literally this thing that people have been using for centuries.
Aye.
To enlighten themselves.
You can do it in your own brain, but
yes, of course, you can.
You can do everything that's offered outside in this world inside.
Uh-huh.
Like there's millions of cannabis receptacles in your brain.
Yes, you can.
And there's no way that you could satisfy all of them by smoking it. So the body's developed it because we can release that. So that's how you can hit the giggles when you're in love with somebody.
Aye.
Or you find, do you know what I mean? And it makes you feel like you're stoned because you've got that euphoria and you've got that nice feeling in there. And the chemicals are released into your brain, giving you the high feeling.
Yes. It's to be honest, it's something I would like to experiment with more, but the evidence is there that there is DMT does open a gateway to something else, and that I'd say it does coincide with the spirit world.
Aye.
It is an opening to the spirit world.
They said it, aye. Transcending.
And there's ways you can do it with your own mind, but DMT is a fast route there, and it gives you it's like a window into it. It doesn't take you there. It gives you a view of it.
Aye.
Kingston's just said his friends, him and his pals have messed about with Ouija boards. That month where I started believing in ghosts, random objects started appearing that have correlation to the spirit that we were talking to. Items falling over. In fact, I still see remnants of one of them to this day.
It's real, mate.
Oh, aye, 100%.
You can tap into that and they can give you messages. They can help you elevate your mind state.
Yep.
They can help you with a lot of different things. Look into your chakras as well, man. See if you balance your chakras, you're already maximising your aura. If you've got a good strong aura, then you can literally repel negative energy away from it. But you need to watch what you're doing. It's a pretty there is entities that are no nice.
Yes.
And they have that. I thought it was all just make believe and party. I'm mad. You know what I mean?
No,
but
of course,
then, as I've got older and I've actually went into it willingly, then I know for then my Xbox was literally just turned on as soon as I started making spirits. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So it's
not to bring up the DMT again, but it's the exact same with that. If you go in there, if you go in with the wrong intentions and the wrong state of mind,
oh fuck you up.
You see in the tripper community, they call it DMT demons.
Right.
And it is genuine demons.
Mike Tyson said he ain't afraid to die anymore after being on his trips.
Yes.
He does not fear death anymore, so he's seen something on the other side.
Aye, it is something that should be explored. It is being explored professionally.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm going to the... Right, this is a new part. That because we find it so hard to find positive stuff to talk about,
Yes.
that happens, I'm going to just randomly pick facts that I think's pretty cool. And I'm going to just put them in.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, there is a species of jellyfish that's
Alright.
immortal.
Okay.
It's immortal. It doesn't die ever.
I think I've heard of that. What did they do?
They literally grow from one size to another size, so they're infant size, then once they get to the adult size, they literally just never change. And what they can do is break off a part of their body,
Uh-huh.
and that then becomes a new infant,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same organism living two lives almost. And it literally has no lifespan, like it just keeps living.
Nice.
It doesn't really age once it gets to its second stage.
Nice.
Today's satellites that's in orbit just now
Uh-huh.
can zoom in and see something
Mm-hmm.
that's 9 inches.
Fucking hell.
And it's over 3,000 metres away for its target. And
It's over 3,000 miles away.
Is it miles? Aye.
Miles, aye. Do you know?
9 inches.
Do you know what it would take 4 hours to drive to the moon?
Did you know that the widest point of the ocean, right,
Mm-hmm.
from Colombia to somewhere else, you could fit 5 of the circumferences of the moon in it? You could fit the moon 5 times across the biggest gap into the water in the planet.
Maybe that's where the moon came from.
Maybe that's when it fucking, then somebody went up with a chisel and flattened it.
Ah, you just like that.
In the US, 40% of all fresh fruit that is grown for consumption
Uh-huh.
gets thrown away as waste because it's too ugly to sell. The consumers don't buy manky apples or oranges, so we waste 40% of all the fruit that we grow. Well, the Americans do. See, in the 5th century,
It's a quick fire round, right?
aye,
In the 5th century.
in the 5th century, see if you cheated or got caught cheating,
Uh-huh.
you got publicly,
That's really interesting, Kingston, by the way.
you get publicly raped by a spicy radish. The town took you outside in front of everybody, bent you and stuck a radish up your bum if you shagged somebody else's wife. I think you should bring that back. What point did Kingston bring up? Let's see.
One of his pals said that he had a pet phoenix, and we saw a reddish feather on the flare when we left that room. That was 3 years ago. A few weeks ago, the same feather was in his room. Is it with the Ouija board? That's
scary, man.
mm-hmm.
Have you tried talking to it?
One of the spirits had.
Aye.
If
I know. Aye.
no, they did speak to him. They did.
Alright, nice.
And exactly. That's why you try and not. You don't. I think it's just terms of where we grew up. We eat literally everything on a fucking plate.
Right, we eat the plate, mate.
Aye, exactly. Lick it after it. Get the gravy after it.
Mm-hmm. The sun is the most perfect circle in existence. It's the most perfect circle there is.
Mm.
There is no other more perfect circle ever been created,
Nice.
and it's ever expanding and getting bigger. How can that be? I just don't get it. How can they know that it's so perfectly circle if it's just constantly on fire? Do you know what I mean? How have they...
Lasers, I'd imagine, for satellites.
Probably our aliens just told them.
Ah, it's true. Aye. We created that sun, by the way.
A
And it was
glass?
perfect. A glass.
A glass ball will bounce higher than a rubber ball when dropped from the same height.
That's interesting.
That's mind blowing to me, and I actually seen it happen in front of me, and I'm like, that's actually worked. Because
I can imagine it does work, of course, but
because the rubber, what when
The
it
rubber
impacts,
absorbs.
it absorbs
Uh-huh.
some of the force. Where the glass ball is solid, so it generates a higher bounce. Obviously, you've got it could shatter, but if it's shatterproof glass and it's made into a sphere, it doesn't break.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
So glass is actually better for bouncing than bouncy balls. That's another mind blowing fact there. Have you got anything else, or have you got something to leave on, haven't you?
Aye.
I've got one more.
Right, go for it.
Right, this is probably quality, right? See in Sweden, right?
Mm-hmm.
See if you donate blood,
Yes.
Obviously they give you a text message saying thank you for donating blood.
Yes.
Right? And then see in the future when your blood is used on somebody, you get a text message.
Really?
And it tells you, like, oh, you've just saved somebody's life with your blood.
That's amazing.
How fucking amazing is that? Imagine you've donated blood and then you're just walking around, you're having a shit day or something, and then you get a text message like, oh, the blood you donated has just saved a 3-year-old's life.
That's
amazing, man.
amazing.
Well done, kudos to Sweden. I like reading about it and finding out about it. It was a very cool thing, and this is
no.
you're far too excited to bring this up, so I don't even want to talk about it.
John Barrowman.
No. I knew we couldn't go one fucking episode. Couldn't go one episode without mentioning John Barrowman's dick. Was it his dick as he got back to our tweets?
He's because of the backlash, Big Finish Audios, the ones that make all the audios for Doctor Who and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
He does a monthly audio for Torchwood for them.
Right.
Now this month it was the 50th Torchwood audio, and it has been cancelled due to the backlash that John Barrowman's been having.
So there is some repercussions.
Yes. Repercussions.
Aye, thank you.
He's big fan. They've decided to delay it
indefinitely. So it
indefinitely, it's not coming. It won't come back.
And it is to be scheduled to be the 50th show. So then
it's a big one, the biggest, the biggest one. And
I might have been your fault actually. Speaking into existence, like, why is he getting the free card?
Well, see, if you look on Twitter, you will only be able to see this, but like, John Barrowman's all but trending on Twitter. If I show, I can show him. I can't show you this. User out of the user out of this.
Just Google it.
Aye, just search John Barrowman on Twitter. Don't go on his account. Just search John Barrowman. And if you go into the latest tweets, people are still kicking up shit about it. There's people that are
defending him,
and there's even a petition to be allowed to work with Doctor Who and Torchwood again. But
so there is backlash coming.
There's backlash coming on both sides, but
Cancelled.
Yes. So they have successfully cancelled John Barrowman.
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
Which I don't agree with.
But we don't know the true details yet. What happens if he has been slapping Wayne's with his dick?
That's different.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But that's no what the allegations.
You're just gutted because you're
no, that's
fucking
no
Doctor Who fan.
That's not what the allegations were.
I want you to see that 50th episode.
No, I didn't actually. I've never listened to a Torchwood audio.
He's lying.
I've listened to a John Barrowman audio. I've got one in the house.
Was it? Does he talk about the dick in it?
No, but he nearly shags Kamal Kaduri.
The same person that put his dick on.
Aye.
Right.
But that audio came out maybe 10 years since that thing happened, and she still agreed to come on to it with him. She's no contractually agreed thingy to. Big Finish. They reach out to the actors and go, listen, here's the scripts. Would you like to do this audio? And they can go aye or no. So there is obviously no hard feelings between Kamal Kaduri and John Barrowman.
I don't know if I believe that, man. Women are being forced to like sleep with people and they said she said some bigwig could just be forcing her to do it.
Kingston laying your cock on some cunt's shoulder is ballsy play, literally, and I respect that.
Facts.
See, as we were talking about before, it's all down to
people's preference.
People's preference and how they take it.
How they perceive, and I think somebody's motive for doing something is really like if he's being derogatory way or undermining or like, you know what I mean? The old narcissist.
But I genuinely just think it's in the Jack the Lad type of thing. There's even a David Tennant and Catherine Tate did one way John Barrowman. Was it Catherine Tate? It was what they did a thing where it was like a fake musical thing, taking the piss out of the people that didn't want to be on Doctor Who because of John Barrowman. Basically. And there's multiple co-stars that have come out and went, I don't give a fuck, including women. And as we were saying about woman being forced into the Big Finish audios. There's like Billie Piper, for example. She refuses to come back for audios because she just doesn't want to do it.
Cause she's a cool girl.
Eve, I think Eve Miles is that her name, that plays Gwen in Torchwood. She is refusing to come back for any more just because she feels like she's finished with the character and there's nothing else that she wants done with it. Big Finish does seem to be one of the standout good companies in the industry because it is just audios. But that's why they've had to come out and go, no, listen, we're cancelling John Barrowman and we don't want anything to do with it. Which, I mean, you shouldn't have got your cock out, mate.
Aye, that's just facts.
I mean, I stand with you. Fair dues, like.
Aye, we're not
we're not condemning you, of course.
Like,
your legacy shouldn't be tarnished because of it, but shouldn't have. And you've acknowledged that fact and you've come out and publicly apologised for it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always got to be people that have a problem with it, and that's just nothing that anybody can control. And that's why you just shouldn't have done it.
So the message to everybody is,
don't get your cock out.
yeah, and put it on people's shoulders.
Aye, that's...
Keep your dick in your pants.
Aye. Or at least in your trousers if you want to go commando.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like that freedom.
Aye, they do.
And on that, bombshell.
That's for another week. Thank you for joining us, giving us your time.
Tune in next week for more John Barrowman facts.
Aye, John Barrowman appreciation post.
I will
See, when he went on to Twitter, he'd signed the petition.
I've not signed
it. Shows you the petition. I seen it. I
literally
literally just seen it.
I'm going to finish the stream and then go in and sign that petition. I will link it. I will link the petition in the chat.
I've been rough as fuck today.
He's rough as fuck. He's dying. You can see it.
But
I'm linking the petition in the chat.
Everybody sign it.
Sign John Barrowman's cock.
He's signing his bubble.
But aye, we'll see you next week. I do try every single week to at least have one John Barrowman fact.
Right, and just stay positive. Try and smile as much as you can each day.
Aye, every day.
Try and laugh as much as you can each day, and appreciate the smaller things in life.
Yes. And also, everybody, sign that petition. See you later on.
See you later.